Hi, my name is Mariusz, and in this video I'll show you how to send automated emails from KW Hotel system. It's one of the most useful features in our program, and I'll prove it to you in just a few minutes. First of all, you can greatly reduce the workload of your receptionists. Instead of wasting time to write each email individually, everything can be handled by our program. Secondly, you will upgrade your customer service. Look, KW Hotel can send directions to your hotel, or a list of nearby attractions, or even codes to your main gate and apartment. This makes a great first impression and gives you the potential for better reviews. Furthermore, it gives you an amazing potential for marketing. You can send discount codes or remind guests about your hotel 6 months after they departed. These are just 3 simple advantages of using our tool. Our users have found much more of them, so I encourage you to try it out. In the meantime, I'll show you the whole configuration, step by step. To begin with, we need to configure your email account in KW Hotel. Go to Tools, Configuration, Email. Now select option Send the correspondence from KW Hotel email account. This will unlock the mailbox configuration. First, write down your signature. It will be displayed to your guests in their mailboxes. You can obtain the remaining data directly from your mailbox provider or a person who set it up for you. Once you have finished the configuration, click the Test button. If you see a positive response, we can proceed further. Let us now have a look at this option. Many email clients will automatically save your messages to the Sent folder. However, if your mailbox doesn't support that, or you simply want to send copies to the front desk manager or someone else, you can write this address here. This field has one extra use. Before you fully enable the automated email sending, it's wise to test it first. If you don't enable the automated sending and instead type an email address here, every automated message will be sent there. Once you have tested everything and feel satisfied with the results, click this button and enjoy the benefits of saving time and having a higher standard of customer service. Now we can prepare the content of our first message. For the purpose of this tutorial, I will create a simple booking confirmation message. Please bear in mind that this is just a fracture of your possibilities. First, go to the Document Templates tab. Here, you can specify the criteria for sending each message. One item on the list means one message type. Click Add and go past the welcoming screen. Type the name of your message. It will be displayed on your messages list. Next, insert the subject of your message. The shorter you keep the subject, the higher gets your chance that someone will actually open it. Let us write your booking confirmation. Now type the sender name. In my case, it will be Mariusz, my dream hotel. Next field lets you specify the reply email. This is where your guest responses will go to. The following section gives you huge possibilities. Look, with our solution you can handle more than just hotel guests. If you manage apartment rental, for example, your message can be sent directly to apartment owners. You can also improve communication within your team and send reports to staff members. If you manage multiple properties in KW Hotel Pro, here you can enable this message for all hotels. Let us continue. Here you can select the time when your message will be sent. The detailed description of every time option is available here. In my case, I choose after reservation is created. In the next window, enable the option of automatic document sending. Now you have to specify the day and time when your message will be sent. Type the number of days. This field determines the delay of sending your message. For example, if during the previous step you selected before reservation starts, typing value 3 means send 3 days before reservation starts. If you choose after reservation is created option, you can also type 0. This means send immediately after reservation starts. Type the hour of sending. If KW Hotel will not be running during that hour, a message will be sent right after KW Hotel is started again. You can also leave this field empty. In such case, KW Hotel will send a message as soon as all criteria are met. For example, send 1 day before departure and when a guest made full payment. This solution works great if you want to make sure your client receives an apartment lock code 1 day before his arrival. Next window lets you specify more advanced sending criteria. Let's start with the document language. There are 3 simple rules to follow here. Let's assume you are running a hotel in France. Your nationality in KW Hotel is set to French. The first rule: if you don't pick any language in this field, KW Hotel will send this message to every guest, no matter what his nationality is. Second, if you pick French here, this message will be only sent to guests of your nationality. Third, if you create a separate message and set it to English, for example, KW Hotel will send this message to all nationalities, except for the French. To put it into perspective, if you plan to use a bilingual booking confirmation, for example French and English, you can leave this field empty. Otherwise, you should create at least 2 separate messages, one in French and one in English. This way, you can handle reservations globally. If you have plenty of customers from Germany too, you can simply create a third message and target it to German guests only. The next option is payment status. You can use it for many reasons, such as payment reminders or sending apartment lock code only to those customers who made the full payment. If you leave this field empty, the payment criterion will not be taken into account. Next, we have the reservation source. You can use it, for example, if you want to send different messages to people with a phone reservation and people from Booking.com. You can also leave this field empty. If you want to send customized messages and offers, depending on the room type or specific apartment, you can do it here. This solution is very popular among our users who manage apartment rental. It's time to write our first message. The easiest way to write it is in the Templates tab. So, for now, we pick any template from the list and save changes. Go to the Templates tab. As you remember, the template is simply the combination of content and attachment of your message. So in the Confirmations tab, you prepare the criteria for sending your message, and in the Templates tab, you prepare the content of the message. Then we combine them together. Click Add. First, we need to insert the template's title, Booking Confirmation. This window contains 2 tabs, Contents and Attachment. Let's start with the contents. There are 5 options to choose from. FRX file. It's the most complicated, but also the most advanced message type, giving you plenty of flexibility. FRX format is used in our default booking confirmations, invoices, and reports. If you want to learn about creating your own FRX files, search YouTube for Fast Report tutorial. Fast Report is integrated with KW Hotel and can be used to create and modify the FRX files. SMS message. We will discuss this feature in a different video. HTML XML file. It's a default standard for sending emails. I highly recommend you to write messages using this option. First, if you cooperate with a marketing agency, you can request them to create a great-looking HTML template, which you can populate with your text later. What's more, you can use special variables in HTML template. These variables download data directly from KW Hotel. This allows you to send payment links to guests or write their name and amount to pay automatically. Contents. This can be used to write a plain text, similar to Windows Notepad. It can be populated with variables too. URL. This option will be explained in a separate video. To create our booking confirmation message easily, we pick the HTML option. Click New File and start writing your message. Hi, thank you for making a reservation from, and here we can insert variables. To do so, we click Insert Data, Stay, and choose variables from and to. This way, you can prepare a message for every situation. One more hint. If you want to jump to the next line, use Shift plus Enter. If you hit only Enter, you will start a new paragraph. Let's continue our email. Attached, please find your booking confirmation. Best regards, Mariusz, My Dream Hotel. Let's finish our work by saving this HTML file. It will be a base for your future templates. Click File, Save, and select the directory. Now you can close this window. The content will be saved. Time to include an attachment. When you create a new template, attachments are disabled by default. Click Add Attachment. Here are the attachments you can pick from. FRX file. We've discussed this format before. FRX files will be changed into PDF when sending your email. RDLC file. It's a document format used in the previous KW Hotel releases, for example 044. Any file. As you probably suspected, this option allows you to attach any file. Please note, however, that your attachment must not exceed 2 MB. Post file. We will discuss this option in a different video. In our case, we select the FRX file and load a default booking confirmation template. You can easily find KW Hotel Templates folder by right-clicking on the desktop shortcut and clicking Open File Location. Now we navigate to Doc, EN directory. If you are using a different language version of KW Hotel, the final folder will be FR, RU, and so on. I choose the booking confirmation FRX file. Now we save changes. It's time to combine our message content and sending criteria. We go back to the Confirmations tab and edit My Booking Confirmation. We navigate through the setup until we reach the Template Selection menu. Now we choose our message from the list. Save changes again, and that's it. Let's test the automated message sending. Now let's create a reservation for me, but I will use our KW Hotel support email, support@kwhotel.com. I save my reservation. The registry of all emails sent can be found in the bottom toolbar. As you can see, the message was successfully sent to my mailbox. Now we can go back to the mailbox configuration and enable automated email sending. And that concludes our tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, my team can prepare the whole configuration for you. You will find the details in the description. If you'd like to see more videos on my channel, please let me know on my email address. Have a great day.